Hi, I'm Richard Coleman and I'm Chair of the Board of Trustees. Welcome to this vlog from the Trustees following on from our board meeting at the end of last month. We started the meeting on a rather sad note by taking a minute to remember Janice Parks, who passed away in April. Janice had been a trustee for 5 years, as well as being chair of the West London and Middlesex branch for 8 years, a branch which she helped to establish in 1995. She'd been a very active and engaged member of the board and was chair of Engagement Committee and will be sadly missed by all of us. Sally Light, our CEO, presented her report and gave an update on performance against the various key performance indicators. These are the few key measures that tell us how we are performing against our strategy. One measure we use in research is the proportion of our research portfolio that is oriented towards treatment, and this has increased from 28% in 2014 and is now at 45%. The reason for taking 2014 as a baseline is because it reflects the size of the research portfolio before the funding from the Ice Bucket Challenge increased our capacity to support additional projects. We're also making good progress on the MND register, with 23 clinics now participating and nearly 1,500 people with MND having registered. The register is a research project to help researchers understand where people with MND live, and that will help us ensure that sufficient support services are available, as well as identifying any locations where there are unusually large or small numbers of people with the disease. The information generated will help plan care for people living with MND, as well as helping researchers determine more about what might be causing the disease. We know it is a mixture of genetic and environmental factors, and amongst the other things the register will help us better understand is the environmental aspects. We had an interesting presentation from Nick Goldup, Director of Care Improvement, on the work being done with people from Rolls-Royce and other leading technology companies, and the technology think tank that has been set up. This is providing us an opportunity to explore innovative technology that could help people living with MND, as well as developing ideas about sustainable technological equipment available to a wider population. We always have brief reports from each of the committee chairs. Most of the trustees sit on only one committee, so this provides an opportunity for all of us to have an update on the topics that other committees are dealing with. Siobhan Rooney, the chair of Care Committee, talked about the grant reapplications from the care centres at Newcastle, Middlesbrough and Southampton. And Heather Smith, who has taken over as chair of Engagement Committee following the death of Janice Parks, highlighted the volunteer portal. This enables volunteers in branches and groups better to share information with central teams and to understand who is living with MND in the areas they cover, and overall user feedback has been very good. There have been a few issues, inevitable with a new system that has so many users, and plans are in hand to address those. Back to research. The association has 2 panels that consider applications for research grants: the Biomedical Research Advisory Panel, known as BRAP, and the Healthcare Research Advisory Panel, known as HRAP. Members of BRAP are researchers and scientists engaged in research into MND, and they meet twice each year. Their April meeting had considered 30 applications from grants, and each one is considered in detail and rated in terms of its fit against our research strategy. This is a very rigorous process, with only the best and most appropriate applications being supported. From BRAP, those few go to the Finance and Audit Committee for consideration, their task being to assess the affordability against our budget and financial outlook. Finance and Audit had recommended that 5 of them should be funded, and this was agreed by the board. Finally, we noted that we have received 9 nominations from people wishing to stand for election to the board. 5 of our current elected trustees are standing down, each having served 3 years, and 2 of those are standing for re-election. So we look forward to welcoming the new members of the board at the AGM in July. I hope that has given you a sense of some of the topics we discuss when we meet, and if you have any questions, do please feel free to get in touch with me through Sally's office.